So I'm with Fem, and Fem owns a great restaurant in Rotterdam called ALOHA,
Aloha,
as
yeah.
in Hawaii, aloha, hello. And Fem's here because she's interested in obtaining the products from the food forest. So, Fem, I just want to talk to you about what your motivation is around coming to the food forest and using the products in the restaurant.
Mm. Yeah, we come here for Aloha. We work with these local products only.
Yep.
We focus mainly on the Dutch produce, and since we have to work with a smaller crops usually, I mean, as a chef, you can't shop the whole world. We only have to focus on the Netherlands.
Yes.
So in the season, we buy crops, and we try to buy as quite large amounts, like 50 kilos. For now, for instance, we bought these quinces. This is now main season,
Yep.
and yesterday we spoke with the owner of this forest, telling us it's now the season, and we take like 50 kilos around this and try to find as many preparations as possible. The goal in the restaurant is always keep everything out of the bin.
Yep.
Uh,
So zero waste approach, eh?
yeah, we have a zero waste approach.
Yeah.
And one of the things in this zero waste cooking is that you want to buy in the season directly at the farmer, so there's no packaging and less transportation as well.
Mm.
We take a chef into the forest as well to yeah to to understand this principle of the nature, to get some inspiration as well, do the hand picking themselves, so
Oh, great.
you
Yep.
go and prepare with different mindset. And I think this is where the seed is planted for a different approach in hospitality. Like it's very easy to shop everywhere. You can get every product all the time, everywhere. There's no limitation.
Yep.
So I like the limitation in this. It creates more focus, more um, mindfulness as well
Yep.
around working with the food.
Yep.
And understanding the product, and also the curve, like the beginning of the season and the ripening, and when it's overripe and when it's almost done. Like it's very interesting. You can
Yep.
we work with the whole cycle of the product.
Yeah. And before you were talking about some of the unique flavors potentially that could come from the food forests,
Yeah.
and you were talking about uh, using the kernel from the plum
Plums, yeah.
to make. Now, what do you make with that?
Yeah, it just started with, okay, what fruit do we have at the end of summer in the Netherlands?
Yeah.
We don't want to work for 6 months with apples and pears.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, we what can we make of all these fruits coming to us? So
Yeah.
in the case of the plum, we discovered that if you open the plum, there's this pit, and if you open this pit again, there's this nut, and this nut has this bitter almond flavor.
Yep.
And this flavor was such amazing bitter almond taste, like something we don't have in the Netherlands, coming from almonds. Or like, we have a small producer of almonds, but it's very small and
Yep.
super expensive. But we have quite some plums, so this is an interesting trick.
Yep.
To still get this flavor in. And
Yep.
from this from the plum itself, we can make many dishes.
Sure.
You
Sure.
can ask any chef to make something with plum, he will come up with something. So
Yep.
this is not for us the focus point.
Yeah.
This pit, we crack it. On this pit there's still some plum flesh.
Yep.
So we put this in vinegar. We keep it for a month in the fridge,
Yep.
and we filter it. Then we have really nice fruity plum vinegar.
Uh-huh.
And this kernel, it tastes like bitter almond. We make an oil out of it.
Yep.
And from this oil we can work any way. We can make ice cream. We can just add it in cream. We can make anything from it.
Lovely. And
wherever we want to have this bitter almond taste.
Yeah. And you've collected all these quinces, and you were telling me about all the different things that you can make with quince, which just blew me away. I didn't realise
we do a lot with this.
Yeah.
Like, we just take the peels off and we cut them into quarters. Then we take the inside off. We keep the peels and the insides. We put them on vinegar, and we get a really, really nice, not even pear, but really this quince vinegar. Then we cook the puree into mash.
Yep.
Take it to a sieve. Add all the rest to the vinegar, and then this puree we take aside. We boil this again with sugar. Keep on stirring it for many hours, and then dry it for a few days. And then we have this membrillo. Maybe you know it from Spain.
Uh-huh.
It's quite sweet, and it's a classical combination to serve it with salty cheese like sheep cheese or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
this.
We would call this quince paste.
Yeah, quince paste.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we also keep the boiling liquid.
Yep.
Because we cook the quince without the peels
Yep.
in the water, then the water also has a nice flavor. Because for making membrillo, you can also wash them and throw them in completely.
Oh, yeah.
But then you don't have the quince juice.
Yes.
Because then it tastes like this tannin, and this is not what we
The
want.
tannins, yeah.
So that's why we peel them before. So this has a reason. So otherwise we only could make vinegar and quince paste.
Yep.
But now we have vinegar, quince juice,
Yep.
and quince paste.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
And this quince juice, we can also add a little bit as a second fermentation on these kombuchas. So
Yep.
we have these pure kombuchas. We can also add the peels to pure alcohol to make stuff for cocktails.
Right. Yeah,
So,
and on it goes. So
in the end, I think we will make liquor for it for sure.
Yep.
I think we make some bitter out of it.
Yep.
We definitely will make vinegar. We definitely make quince juice, and we will have some membrillo.
Wow.
And I think with this amount, and I also bought some kilos somewhere else.
Yeah.
We can work. If we want to, we can work with this the whole year.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mm. And the other interesting stuff we've got here is we've got some cardoon leaves, and you're going to try them out. But also the tuna, the Chinese toon,
Yeah.
which has a really unique sort of garlic-like flavour. And what was the name you gave it? Onion soup plant.
Yeah, onion soup plant. Yeah.
Yeah.
It comes. They just prune this for us.
Yeah.
If you smell this.
Yeah.
It really tastes and smells. I also tasted this one. I just chew on everything always.
Yeah.
I discovered in this whole zero waste approach that there is so much flavor outside of the fruits. Like chefs really focus always on fruit or
fruits.
vegetable.
Yeah, okay.
But I think there's a lot of flavor in the wood and the leaves as well.
Yeah.
So I just chew it, and you taste this really mild, super interesting onion flavor.
Yeah, it's hard to. It's the closest I can get is to an onion, but it's not quite an onion.
No, it's not as heavy. Like onion is really, really heavy. So I think we will cut this in pieces. Probably vacuum this with some oil.
Yeah.
Maybe put it in a bath on 60, 70 degrees and see what we can get out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a new product, but this is always where the excitement comes in.
Yes.
And we get. Talking with the people from the Food Forest, it's a mutual relationship when it comes to nature and inspiration. They have a lot of products. We can bring them some inspiration, but they also constantly inspire us with products we are not aware of.
Yeah.
So they give us this wood, and it's like, yeah, taste it, and then the mind of a chef immediately switches on.
Yes.
Like, maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do this.
Absolutely.
And in Aloha, we have a type of cuisine where there is space to do R&D and to come up with new solutions.
Come up with new stuff, and you got some Sichuan pepper there.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like she brought this in yesterday, and we don't even know what to do with it. But tasting the leaf, it's delicious. The pepper is delicious, and probably if we take all the peppers off, I think in this wood there might be an interesting flavor as well.
Yeah.
Because we know already that if we take the fruits off, let me try this.
Yep. even in the stem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just
It's
it's milder than the Sichuan pepper itself. I mean, one
Yeah.
peppercorn, if you only suck on it for 10 or 20 seconds, it's already this tinkling feeling, like
Oh
super
yeah,
heavy.
I did that before. Yeah, and it was tingling. But the leaf and the stems are much milder. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. And the stem is also different to the leaf, I would say. The leaf is very fruity.
Yep.
And the stem is so soft I can even swallow it.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So in like this stuff, we definitely will look into preserving it in one way or the other.
Oh yeah.
The crops are small and the season is also very small.
Yes.
So the season is now, so this means we have to work with it now.
Now. Yep.
And
Yep.
we can't go every week to the food forest. I
No.
mean, this is some romantic picture, but we just need to run a restaurant. So
Yes. Yes.
we need to be smart as chefs to find solutions and ways how we can preserve this, how we can keep the flavor optimal.
Yeah.
And we have these techniques, and most of these techniques are already discovered by our ancestors.
Yeah. They're already there.
So it's just a rediscovery of knowledge.
Yeah.
We already actually have.
Yeah. And do you think there's potential for the food foresters to be coming to the restaurants and saying, this is what we've got at the moment? Are you interested in our Sichuan pepper or our tuna or?
This is perfect.
Yeah, and they'll be, rather than you have to come out here, they can be coming out to you. And
in the food forest, I think all these produce, they are quite small batches.
Yes.
But the flavor is extreme.
Yeah.
So you also like with this onion soup or with this Sichuan pepper, the flavor is so extreme that you only need a few drops in a dish. And I think this is quite essential for the food forest as well, to produce things with really bold flavors.
Yeah. Yeah.
So small crops are enough if you preserve it right to work with them for at least throughout the season.
Yep.
And in my experience, you also find a lot of stuff like this. Maybe if you have a really small restaurant close to the food forest, you can go once a week on your cycle and also pick fresh plants. We don't do this.
But you don't do that. No.
In Aloha, we mostly work more with stuff like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a very exciting and potential income stream for the food foresters, I think.
For the food forests, it's extra potential because look at these ones, unripe figs.
Yep.
They maybe also think like, oh, if we want to deliver some stuff, people are only interested in the ripe figs, and the unripe ones, they stay on the tree or they fall out early. But these unripe figs, they are perfect to make some caper from.
Capers, yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for us, it's also when we look at figs, we look at these fig leaf. The fig leaf itself, it's a beautiful flavor for many things. We make oil out of it, and we use this fig leaf oil in some dish with a few preparations of tomato.
Okay.
And then we make a dressing with the tomato water, some strawberry vinegar, but it comes from the pulp of the strawberry because the fresh strawberries we make the syrup from. And then we add this fig leaf oil to it. And then when you have the unripe ones, when the fruit comes, the unripe ones become capers. Yep. And then at the end of the season, like now, October, November, the ripe figs come.
Yep.
And it's just easy to make some dessert or a salad or whatever with it. So then we are able as a restaurant to give a commercial model to this food forest, because they can sell us the fig leaves, the unripe ones and the ripe ones.
Yeah, right. And that's just one plant.
And it's one plant.
Yeah.
And they only maybe thought of the possibility to sell us a few ripe figs. But instead of maybe 3 kilos of ripe figs, now they can sell us also 5 kilos of unripe ones and a ton of fig leaves.
Yeah.
So this is it's like a two-way street.
Absolutely, it's a partnership, isn't it? In many ways.
I think in this way for sure, and for the chefs it also creates new inspiration, new possibilities, new ways of finding purpose in their job
In their
and
job, yeah.
in the job and in the connection between human and nature in general, and
Yes.
also in the professional way, being inside the restaurant and seeing the broader picture in what you're actually doing. And I think a chef is a transmitter of what nature brings us, transmits it to the public, and tries to inspire the public. And if we can send the people back home with, hey, next time maybe when I see this in some Turkish shop, hey, this is Quince, and maybe like within a few years they think like, hey, we can also use this maybe in some dinner at home. We don't need to
I love that.
buy it
Yeah.
anymore outside the season. We also know, hey, this also comes from Holland. It's not only from Turkey or Morocco.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's
I think that's great.
good to realize. And chefs
Yeah.
have I think chef is an interesting communication channel.
I love that concept. I love the idea of the chef being the conduit between the land and the people, and using food as that expression.
Yeah, and also help the farmer, or even maybe encourage the farmer to farm in a more authentic way.
Yeah.
Because if we only demand from the farmer to have the best price in crops available all year, then you also create this monoculture.
It's right. That's what they're just catering to the market.
So we like if the chefs change and tell them, no, it's fine like this, 30 kilos, and then we go to another product, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This also works maybe the other way around. I think we can definitely help change direction.
Absolutely. Yeah. Great. Well, thank you for that. Great conversation. Thank you, Fem.
All right.